Yo, what's up, it's your boy Quick.XX here, and welcome to another Storytime video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but this is one that I've been teasing on my streams for a really long time. I've never really fully explained it on the streams. All I've explained is that there was a situation that was pretty bad, but this is the story of what happened to my girlfriend, who you may remember was in the chat of a couple of my Spider-Man streams back in the day, and I think even a couple of my Twitch streams. I know she's a mod on my Twitch, which I don't do Twitch anymore, but whatever. Yeah, this is a complicated story. So I believe the whole thing starts in back in June, when a friend of mine who will remain anonymous. He hasn't asked to remain anonymous for anything, for reasons you'll know later. I'm just keeping it anonymous for, well, reasons. And Waffles. I'll say Waffles because, you know, Waffles has never really had a problem with me saying his name in videos, so I don't know why I'm saying whatever. So they both start text me saying that they know a girl who's looking for a relationship and they know I was single, so they're like, hey, talk to her, and I was like, alright, I know what could go wrong. So I went and texted her, and yeah, we basically hit it off immediately. We were talking, and things were going good. We were talking like flat out for days, and eventually we made it official that we were going out and all that stuff. And things were going really well for the first little while. Like, we were just sort of sharing, like, stories and all that kind of stuff and all that shit. But after a while, because at first we thought we were exactly the same and, like, we were, you know, type thing. But after a while, it started to show that we were completely different. Like, without a fucking doubt. Like, we were completely different. And occasionally she would just start getting angry at me, like randomly. Like, she'd usually be super like energetic and jokey and all that stuff, but whenever she was annoyed, she would always just start replying with like one word answers, like okay, like and all that kind of stuff. And just I'm trying to think of other examples. Like, I don't know, she was just sort of weird because she was always using emojis and all that kind of stuff and like full sentences, and whenever she was annoyed, she would just be like, yeah, okay, and all that kind of stuff. And like, she always said it was nothing, but it was clear that it was, considering there was multiple times when she admitted she was annoyed in situations like that and blah blah blah. I can just tell when things were wrong, you know. And she kept doing that, and it just kept happening. And one night I had Waffle staying over at my house, and we were making jokes and stuff, and he said something. I sent her a Snapchat video of Waffle saying something, and he said something, and she replied saying what, and then I replied with another video of Waffles going, yeah, in a Captain Price voice, I'll remind you, because oh yeah, there was a joke where he was trying to make her believe that he actually sounded like that. She wasn't buying it, but I know he wanted that to be a thing. So I started recording him again. He said, "Are you deaf? Are you deaf?" in a Captain Price voice, and then I said that to her, and she got super annoyed. And she was like, she just like, I don't know, she was being super weird. And then after a while, I was like, what's wrong? And she said, your friend's being a dick. And I was like, he's just joking about and all that stuff. I haven't got him to apologize. And then for a little while after that, she just kept like acting super weird, like all the time, like all day, every day type thing. And I at one point asked her, like, you know, what's wrong? And she explained that it was the whole situation with that, and I was like, look, it was just a joke and all that stuff. And she just like didn't really, like, she just wouldn't let it go, if you know what I mean. And eventually she got her friend to talk to me instead. Well, actually no, she didn't get her friend. Her friend took her phone and started talking to me, and that started to become a pattern where her friend would take her phone and talk to me instead of her actually doing it. And we'll get into that a little more like later in the story. So yeah, eventually I just said, look, what can I do to like make it up to you, even though I don't think anything was done wrong there. And then she said, no, it's fine. And that is when I wrote Sorry. If you guys have heard my song Sorry, that's what Sorry was about. Sorry was me apologizing for a situation where she just took a joke to heart, which, yeah, while I do think that's probably one of my best songs, Jesus Christ, I was apologizing for something, or in a situation where I did absolutely nothing wrong. But anyway, things were fine for a little while after that, but occasionally arguments would keep popping up because she kept getting angry with certain, like, with certain jokes I would make and all that stuff. She would get annoyed at a lot of things. And we also had differing religious beliefs. I'm not going to get into that. Super into that. But she would always make jokes about it, and I was like, that's not funny. And she would always get like super offended and all this shit. She would get offended over fucking everything. And all the fucking time, she would get her friend, well, her friend would take her phone and start talking to me. And I'm like, this is a relationship. Like, why are you getting involved in mine and her relationship? It's like, fuck off. Oh, and I actually did. I skipped over something. I'm just remembering. So, literally the night before I was meant to record and release Sorry, the friend who knew her, who along with Waffles, gave me her Snapchat and all that bullshit. He was talking to me, and he took a screenshot of one of my and his conversation, and I was like, "Why did you take a screenshot?" Because obviously on Snapchat, and Snapchat tells young people to take screenshots. And he turns out and says, "Just wanted to show someone your Bitmoji." Now me, knowing something's up, I'm like, "Why?" And he said, "Don't know, I'm bored." So I just sort of pass it off, and I go to the girl. I need to give these people names. The girl I'll call, I already took the names Corey and Jen from Skillet, so, shit. I literally can't think of anyone. We'll call her Max, like Max from fucking Life is Strange. And we'll call the dude Crash, because I'm literally watching Crash Thompson right now. Well, I was before I was making this video. So I go to Max and say, yo, Crash just screenshotted one of my a conversation between me and him, and then she goes, yeah, he was sending it to me, and I'm like, why? And she goes, ask him. And I'm like, yo, Max just said you're sending this to me. I go to Crash, and I'm like, yo, Max just said you sent a screenshot to her, and he says, okay, look, mate, I was just talking to Max because she's super annoyed with you or something, and she was I'm helping her sort of debate whether or not to break up with you, and I was like, yeah, fuck you, and immediately blocked him. I look, me and this dude, me and Crash, we've been having an issue for a little while. Like, I've never really liked the guy, but it was just too nice to really do anything about it, so I just blocked him, same way I did Niall, you know? I don't really know. So then I went to Waffles about the whole situation, and he said, yeah, pretty sure Crash is just putting, like, words into her head type thing. And then me and Max argued, because I wanted Max to block him. Now, before anyone gives me hate for this, it wasn't because Max and Crash had gone out before Max knew me. I probably should have said that at the start of the story. And there was even some stuff where apparently Crash asked her out again, because they'd broken up for about 2 months, and he just sort of wanted to pass it on like he hadn't asked her out, and that's when he passed her on to me. I keep forgetting all these details, I'm sorry about that. I'll get into the reason why they broke up later, because it's kind of important to the story. But yeah, so then we kept having an argument. I wanted Max to block Crash because I didn't like the guy and I didn't trust her, because he was filling her head with lies and all that bullshit. So yeah, and eventually she did agree to do it, and things were fine from then on. Until one morning when I woke up and started texting her, she was weird right off the bat, like from the minute I started texting her in the morning. And I kept asking her, like, what's wrong? And of course, her fucking friend takes the phone and starts talking bullshit. And then I was like, and then once Max got the phone back, I'm calling the friend Chloe, as in Chloe from Life is Strange. Once Max took the phone back from Chloe, I was like, you know what, right, we're done. I completely ended things right there. And this was a decent, I think this was like either end of July or like late July, early August, this happened. And then I just sort of ended things, and that was meant to be the day I started going back to guitar lessons after the whole, pandemic had sort of calmed down, and I ended up not going because I was just in a really bad mood. So that was annoying. And then the very next day I was having some work done in my room, and once it was all done I sort of sat down and I decided, you know what, I'm going to just apologise to her. I did kind of freak out. I don't even think, well, I think I said, I was saying to myself, like, maybe I jumped the gun and sort of blocked her too quickly, so I texted her, and then we sort of patched things up. She said she just wanted to pretend like the breakup never happened, and I was like, alright, I got no problem with that. And then I said, but look, if we're going to be having this, like, you can't be letting your friend take the phone like that. You can't be letting Chloe take the fucking phone like that, because I just do not like her. And she was like, alright, fine. And like, me not liking Chloe, she kept bringing that up. She kept saying, like, oh, if we're going to have a future together, because Max is the type of person, like, all she was thinking about was how she wanted marriage in her 20s, she wanted kids in her 20s, and all she cared about, like, she wasn't thinking, oh, it's just a teenage relationship, like I was just saying it as, like, alright, we're both 16, it's a relationship. But she's always thinking like ahead, and it's just nuts. Like, I swear to God. And that's actually the reason that her and Crash broke up, because she wanted a baby or some shit. I know, she's fucking nuts, guys. I swear to God. But, yeah. Oh, Jesus. This is fucking... oh, she's nuts, guys. She's actually nuts. But, yeah, she kept saying all that, and I'm like, how about you just try to, go slow? Like, you're 16. Calm down. At one point, she was like, well, next year I'm going to be getting the car, because she's a little bit older than me, and she was talking about all that stuff, and I was like, look, you're only a month older than me, calm down. I was like, a joke, and she took offense to that as well. And after a while, we were talking, and I was going to play Black Ops 3 with Cool Cat. Me and Cool Cat sometimes just jump on random games and stuff. I don't even know. It was sort of weird. We were just 1v1 on BO3, and I wanted to talk to her at the same time, so I got her into the call. So I could be talking to Cool Cat and talking to her at the same time. When Waffles messaged me, now a little bit of backstory here. Me and her had moved to WhatsApp because apparently her Snapchat had been glitching out, and she wanted and she moved to another Snapchat, and that one wasn't working either, so we just moved to WhatsApp. But the thing was, whenever she moved to the second Snapchat, I realized that her first Snapchat had unadded me, and I was like, why has it done that? And she was like, I don't know. And then we moved to WhatsApp, but then she hadn't unadded Cool Cat and Waffles. And Waffles sends me a screenshot of a story that she put up, which is claiming to be this dude who's apparently her boyfriend, saying, here, I'm Max's boyfriend. We'll call this guy Warren. I'm literally taking all of the names from fucking Life is Strange except Crash. What's wrong with me, man? So Warren is on there. Everyone who's a fan of Life is Strange is going to be picturing the characters in their head. And he's like, if any of you send Max a picture of your dick, I'm going to kill you. And I asked her about this, and she immediately blocked me on absolutely everything. Like, she wouldn't text me. And I was like to Cool Cat, yo, can you text her? And because Cool Cat's my boy, he's got my back. And he was texting her, and she literally admitted that she was cheating on me with this guy, with Warren. And I said, look, just tell her to unblock me and we can talk things out. And I was like, look, I'm not angry, because honestly, I always said to myself, if I was ever in a situation like that I wouldn't get angry. I would just sort of try to handle things. And I did try that for about a day. But then she said that she kept saying, oh no, I just want to be with him instead. And I'm like, here, if things didn't work out with me or the other 10 boyfriends you've had, because she's literally had over 10 boyfriends, then what do you think's going to be different with this guy? And she's like, I want to try. And I'm like, well, fucking good luck to you. And then I just didn't. And then we just ended things there. So yeah. Then she literally didn't text me for a little while. She didn't text me for ages until I put out... Well, actually, no, it was a couple of days. She didn't text me for a couple of days, because a couple of days later I put out Beast Within, which means, yes, this happened a couple of days before my fucking birthday, which was depressing. But once I put out Beast Within, she texted me saying it was a good song, blah, blah, blah. And one night, she randomly re-followed me on Instagram and re-added me on Snapchat, and we started talking again, and I knew she wanted something. And Waffles was like, yeah, she definitely wants something. So I kept talking to her, and she was being super, simplistic with her answers, all night, being super weird, until I asked how she had been. And then she says, she gives the most composed answer she'd given all night, and she says, things are good, me and Crash have been getting close again. So I literally think she just added me back to piss me off with that. And after that, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go, and I haven't texted her since, and I don't plan to. So yeah, she was fucking nuts. And guys, look, if you are in a relationship like that, take it from me, and you're not happy and you think she's a bit nuts in the head and she's acting like that, just end it. Don't be like me, and don't take any opportunity to keep it going, because after I found out she cheated, I kept trying to keep it going, and I shouldn't have done that, and I'm glad it didn't work out, because things are better now. So yeah, but anyway, that's going to basically do it for this video. Sorry it was a bit rambly and all that bullshit. It's probably the longest story time I've done yet. But if you enjoyed the video, surely below, give a comment in the comment section below telling me if this is relatable or if you think she's crazy like I do. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.